Hi there, and welcome to the Y Factor podcast.
Wait, sorry, what are we talking about?
The Y Factor podcast. It's where young elected politicians, or YEPs, share how they're making real changes across Europe.
Alright, I'm in. Let's hear what the future sounds like.
Hi everyone, and welcome to YEPs on the Ground, the podcast that brings young voices to the heart of Europe. Today we have here with us Yuliia Darnyytska, a young elected politician from Ukraine. Here at the European Committee of the Region as a YEP, she's working with the Party of European Socialists and she's collaborating with the Econ Commission. Thank you, Yuliia. It's an honor for us for being here, and a big thank you from the whole Y Factor team.
Thank you. It's a big pleasure for me to be here.
Before we dive into our conversation, I'd like to start with a couple of quick questions, just to allow me and our listeners to get to know a little bit more. So, first of all, I would like to ask you if you have a motto in your life. So, something that guides you inside and outside politics. And second question, do you remember the moment you first felt European, so part of our union?
Thank you for your questions. My motto is dreams today are reality tomorrow. So I'm following all the time this motto. And about second question, actually, I was head of Euro Club in my school. So I knew that I'm European all the time, but still, as Ukraine, we got this decentralization reform in 2014-15. And from that time, we as community received more opportunities and rights, and we did our city more European, more comfortable place. And I feel that now we're still with these challenges, we are a European city, and I feel that.
Thank you, Yuliia. It's always amazing to hear such nice experiences. Now I'd like to move to another section of our episodes. We could define it a bit more political section. This is why I wanted to ask you to expand and tell something to us about your political role at the local level and how it connects with your work here at the European Committee of the Region. And if you'd like, you could walk us through a project or an initiative that you've been involved in and that had an effect, an impact on your community.
Yes, I'm a city council member from 2020, and I was selected in that year. And from that year, I'm working for economic development. Of course, things changed a lot from 2022 because my city is located in the north of Ukraine, and it is located in 70 kilometers from the border with Russia and Belarus. And of course, we were one of the first who met the enemy in 2022, and our city was damaged a lot, and I changed my work for humanitarian aid firstly, and later for recovery of schools and of infrastructure and helping people. So it was first half a year of a full-scale invasion, and later my team considered on youth development, because we understood that we need to support youth as much as we can, because a lot of people evacuated, of course, but somebody still in Ukraine, and they are studying, they're working, and one of the big issues we had that our youth center was fully destroyed in 2022, and my dream was to open new space for youth, for NGOs, to have some space to come, to get psychological support, just good environment for them. And In 2023, I opened a new youth center. It was rented space, but still it was open for all NGOs, for all youth and all people to have projects there, to have support and to receive any kind of my support as a mentor or just a city council member. And I really it was really a big project for me, for my community, because it was 200 square meters of activities. People just created new projects, new NGOs, and youth received psychological support. We gave them a free session with psychologists, and I think it was one of the biggest and greatest projects for my city in a time when it was really needed.
Thank you, Yuliia, for sharing your experience. It was really interesting to hear and very inspiring. Before we move to our next question, I think it is important and worth to stop for a second and think about the challenges that young Europeans face every day, from rising living costs to limited access to quality jobs. I think that it is every day more difficult for a young European to find its place in our union. With that in mind, I would like to ask you about your experience and your thought on that. And more specifically, I want to know what, according to you, are the biggest challenges that a young European has to face every day, especially at the local level.
Thank you for your question. For us, the main challenge, of course, it is war and attacks on our cities, everyday attacks, and occupation of part of our country. So, of course, and our people abroad. So we're facing these challenges every day. And for example, in our city, one big university was damaged 2 times during this period. So it is the biggest challenge, and of course the stress that of everyday attacks and air alerts, and children need to go to bomb shelters all the time, and students as well. So it is the biggest challenge, and of course uncertainty for the future. We don't know what to wait next, and we are not planning, for the long time, for a long period. So all our plans can be changed in one moment, of course, and young people are thinking what to do next, what waiting for them in their future life, to go, where to go to education or to live. And of course, they're facing challenges for finding the job, a really nice job, what they want, because everybody wants to have experienced people with a high level of education and great experience in previous jobs. But when they're finding the first job, it's very complicated. My team, my team are youth, young people. We had elections, and I had a team of 15 people in my campaign, and they haven't any experience, but they were very passionate about this experience of elections and in general to move the ideas of young people in politics and women in politics as well. So I'm hiring all the time young people, but with ideas, with a vision and passion inside, and I don't care about their experience previous. They can be 18 years old or 20. So for me, is advice to all HRs and to businesses and governments to engage more people to positions in their teams, because young people has a new view on all world, and they need our support as well, because when I was younger, I dreamed about this position where I am now, but I didn't know how to get there. And later I discovered that my mission now is support younger people and to give them advices and my mentorship, personal mentorship, to how to be in politics in the NGO sector, because I work a lot with international partners, and it's quite inspiring for them to work with me in my team, and for me it's also big inspiration to work with the young people. So yeah.
Thank you, Yuliia, for sharing your experience. It's really nice, and I personally agree about the importance of stressing and focusing on young people passion. I think it's crucial, and it's going to be crucial in next years. Now, on that background, I would like to ask you, what do you think the European Union and local authorities could do to address such barriers, to give young people access to nicer jobs and nicer careers in an easier way, we can say?
I think the perfect example is Young Elected Politician program. Of course, it cannot cover all of people on a local level, yeah, but it still is an example, yeah, how we can be engaged in a European big level and how our voice can be heard in this level. What we're doing in our local level, we're preparing now a mentorship and internship program for youth in a city council. So I'm working on engagement of youth to new positions in the city council. So for me, the idea is great because when you're a student, you can have some experience, short-term experience, how to city council works and how you can work there, how you can do projects with the youth department, for example, in our city. So I think to have more projects like YEPs and to have more positions for youth and to push maybe parliament members to hire more youth in their team as assistants, or to have some meetings with them, just to talk, just to share him or her experience in a way of how to do politics in a high level, how European Parliament works and how Committee of Region works, and it's a great I think ideas for sharing and to invite maybe to have some exchanges between cities and communities and young people from universities or from schools. I had exchange program in my childhood. I went to Poland for a while and I saw by my own how students, like how children in Europe are studying, and it was very inspiring for me in that moment because we had a really big gap between our countries in that moment. But later I understand I want the same, it was inspiring experience, and I want to see my city the same, European and nice and comfortable, and later it was possible already, but still in that moment I think it is it was great experience. So to do the same with different countries, between different universities or NGOs to promote this idea, I think it's great.
Thank you. As a young woman trying to enter the world of politics, I couldn't agree with you more. Like, honestly, I couldn't agree more. More on a personal note, I would like to ask you if you have, again, an advice for young people who want to enter this world, who want to make a change and leave their mark in our union.
So for me, the best advice is to be yourself, to study a lot, to show your example to all of people, and to do networking. Of course, it's very important now, and to do your LinkedIn account. And of course, it's important to have a lot of people who share your values around you. It's also big support for you, and to find the right people. It's very important. Other thing is to have some experience, maybe abroad, to study, to get your masters, to go to some really great university to study there, and to bring this experience maybe to your community. You know, I'm studying a lot abroad. I have different kind of programs abroad, and I bring this experience, this inspiration later to my community. I share with what I do, that I'm have some meetings after my new education program or some event. For example, now I'm attending session of Committee of Regions, and I will bring this experience. I will share with people in my community how to do that. So speaking about your question, is important to be open and be yourself. So this, I think it seems simple, but when you're not pretending somebody else, it's better, you know.
Thank you, Yuliia. That's a very important advice, and I'm sure we will keep it in mind. In conclusion, I want to really thank you. It has been a huge honor for us having you here today. And of course, a big thank you to all our listeners. If you want to know more about Yuliia's work, you'll find more information in this episode description. Of course, we will be back with more conversations with insightful young Europeans. And of course, follow us on Instagram not to miss anything.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a big honor to speak with you, to share my experience and values and ideas to all our audience. And thank you for supporting Ukraine. It's really important for us. Slava Ukraini!
Heroyam slava! Thank you.
Thank you.